Hey guys, welcome to Series World. Today I'm going to explain an erotic thriller series called Dark Desire from 2020. Turn on subtitles and spoilers ahead. The 7th episode opens with a scene where a woman is bathing a baby, and the baby is very cheerful. The scene changes, and Esteban is seen calling Alma. He informs Alma that Darío was present in Brenda's house the day she died. Meanwhile, Darío is talking with Leonardo. He tells Leonardo that they have a cozy home. Leonardo then invites Darío to have dinner with them. Even though Darío refuses at first, he finally accepts the invitation. Esteban is seen again informing Alma that Darío went back there after Alma left Brenda's house. He also tells her that they should meet to discuss the matter. Alma then informs him that Darío is currently at their house. Esteban gets shocked hearing this. He asks Alma why Darío is there. Alma tells him that he came to give her briefcase back, which also contained his father's criminal files. Esteban gets worried about whether he knows about their investigation. Alma replies while checking the files that she doesn't think so. She also suggests Esteban stop being so paranoid, but Esteban reminds her what Darío is capable of and tells her to get him out of the house. Just as Alma ends the call, Darío enters the room and starts forcing himself onto her. Alma requests him to not do this in her house. He then reminds her that her husband invited him and asks her if she wants him to stay. Alma tells him that it won't end well and secretly grabs a knife from the counter. At the same time, Leonardo is telling Zoe to join them for dinner. Zoe doesn't like the idea, but Leonardo requests her as it will make their bond strong as a family. He then adds that one of Alma's students is there with them, and he is also good-looking. Esteban is seen again going somewhere, but while doing so, he accidentally slides the DVDs off the table. The scene shifts to Alma, who asks Darío about why he is doing this even though he promised her. Darío tells her that he has one condition, and that is she has to come with him to Cuernavaca. Meanwhile, Leonardo and Zoe are both coming downstairs to have dinner. Leonardo tells her about the fact that Darío is going to join his office, unknown to Alma. They both go to Alma, and Leonardo asks about where Darío is. But Alma informs him that Darío got an urgent call and left. The scene cuts to Alma texting someone in her bed. She texts that she will be right at the place, but Leonardo is still awake. Leonardo comes from the shower and tries to make love with her. Alma gently tells him that right now she is not in the mood. Leonardo then lies down beside her, and suddenly, he asks her what was in her briefcase. Alma replies that it was nothing important. She then comes closer to Leonardo and kisses him. After that, they start making love. Darío is driving through the rain. He gets reminded about what he saw in Alma's briefcase. Meanwhile, Alma replies to someone in a text that she is coming. She then gets out of the house and goes inside the car parked beside her house. She tells Esteban that she is sorry for being late, as it took longer for Leonardo to fall asleep. Esteban asks her if Leonardo is suspecting anything, but she replies that he still doesn't suspect. Esteban then starts discussing what happened the night before Brenda's death. While discussing this, he keeps addressing Darío as Alma's boyfriend, and she requests him not to do that. But Esteban gets annoyed and tells her that she should be grateful that he is her brother-in-law. He also adds that if the police investigate her, that would be brutal. Alma tells him that she understands, but he should stick to telling the facts. Esteban tells her that Brenda came home that day at 8:15 in the morning, and Alma left her home at 3:44 p.m. Darío came to her house at 4:34, which makes him the last person to see Brenda alive. The background shifts to Darío, who has reached his mother's old home. The sister opens the door expecting Darío and informs him that his mother's condition is not well. Esteban is seen again showing Alma the footage where Darío is seen entering Brenda's house. The scene returns to Darío. The sister informs him that despite trying everything, his mother's fever is not going down. She also mentions that if the fever increases, they will have to take her to a doctor. Darío rejects the idea and instructs her to fill a bathtub with ice water. He hugs and comforts his mom, saying, "It'll be all right." In the meantime, Alma questions Esteban about why Darío would harm Brenda. Esteban explains that Brenda was a key witness in his father's case and identified his father. Alma then understands why Brenda told Darío that she recognized him the first time they met. Darío is shown forcing his mother to take an ice bath. His mother cries and pleads with the sister not to leave her alone with Darío. The scene shifts back to Alma asking Esteban what he is implying, whether Darío caused Brenda to commit suicide. Esteban suggests that Darío might have killed her himself. He elaborates on his theory, suggesting that Darío went to see if Brenda truly recognized him, and when she did, he killed her to prevent her from revealing it to Alma. Alma becomes confused and questions how Darío made it appear as though Brenda had slit her wrist. Esteban theorizes that Brenda was unconscious, and Darío entered the bathtub with her, undressed her, and made it look like she had done it herself. Overwhelmed, Alma tells him to stop and accuses him of basing his theory on speculation. The story shifts to Darío, who is placing his mom inside the ice water. She is crying and pleading with him not to kill her. The scene changes to the woman from the beginning, who is now trying to drown the baby in the bathtub, and back to Darío, who is killing Brenda in her bathtub. Dario's mom keeps apologizing to him. The scene goes back to Alma, who is asking Esteban for more details about the case, but Esteban tells her that there are still loose ends. He also adds that he has to go through 48 hours of footage before he knows the full truth. Alma gets annoyed that he is accusing Darío before seeing all the footage, but Esteban is shocked that she is still denying him as the killer. The background changes and Leonardo is seen waking up from his sleep. He searches for Alma but couldn't find her. Meanwhile, Alma is fighting with Esteban in his car about why she still doesn't think of Darío as the killer. Alma gets angry, but Esteban reminds her that he is only trying to help her. Alma tells him that she will take care of her problem herself. Esteban tells her that if she hadn't been with Darío that night, Brenda might have lived today. Hearing this, Alma gets angry and leaves the car. Esteban tells her that he didn't mean it and chases after her, saying sorry. Leonardo is seen picking the lock of Alma's briefcase but hears her coming and goes back to bed silently. Morning comes and Esteban wakes up from sleep in his office. He sees his employee tidying up the office and asks him about the DVDs. The employee replies that he arranged them according to color. Hearing this, Esteban gets agitated as the DVDs are not marked. Alma enters Esteban's office and tells him that she couldn't sleep all night thinking about this. She also adds that if his theory is correct, they have to do something. Meanwhile, Leonardo is discussing with Edith about hiring Darío. Even though Edith agrees that he is qualified, she suggests doing a background check on him. But Leonardo replies that he doesn't think so as Darío is Alma's student. Edith suggests that they should still check if he has any criminal record. Leonardo changes his mind and agrees. The scene changes and Darío enters the classroom. Instead of Alma, a substitute teacher comes and informs that Alma has to solve a family matter, so she can't come. Darío gets a flashback of the night before. While he was forcing himself on her, Alma told him to give her some time and urged him to go for now. The scene changes and Alma is seen suggesting to Esteban that they should reopen the case to check his theory. But Esteban tells her that Alma will get caught by Leonardo. But Alma insists that even if her cover gets blown up, she wants to get justice for Brenda. The scene cuts to Darío, who is not focusing on his class and writing something repeatedly in his notebook. Meanwhile, Esteban is trying to convince Alma about reopening the case as this will make a mess for both of them. Even though Alma agrees to face the consequences, Esteban tells her that he and Officer Vallejo won't enter this mess. He also adds that all of them will go to jail if they reopen the case. Suddenly, Alma receives a text from Darío. Darío informs her that he cannot wait to share more about himself and expresses his love for her. This confession leaves Esteban confused, and he asks Alma if she is certain that Darío did not open her briefcase. Alma responds that she is unsure about anything at the moment, but if Darío suspected that they were investigating him, he would have said something. Esteban warns her that this is a typical strategy used by criminals. He advises her to reply to Darío, expressing her love for him and arranging a meeting at the Delicious Motel at 5 p.m. The story then shifts back to Zoe confiding in Karina about Animus not contacting her again and disappearing. Karina playfully suggests he might be an evil robot who never existed, and urges Zoe to find a real partner. The scene transitions to Alma having breakfast with Leonardo. Leonardo inquires about Zoe, and Alma mentions that she is at Karina's house. He questions if something happened with Zoe because she declined his invitation for lunch. Alma explains that Zoe needs to study and tells him not to be so controlling and allow them to work. She apologizes for being rude, but Leonardo understands, attributing her behavior to not having had time to grieve Brenda. He suggests going to a hotel for a break, and when Alma reacts angrily, he proposes going to the movies instead. Alma declines, saying she can't go and leaves the table. The scene then shifts to Darío informing his employee that he must leave for a meeting, only to be informed that a woman is waiting for him in his office. He meets Zoe, who wants to discuss matters further. Zoe suggests grabbing coffee together, but Darío declines, promising to get coffee at a later time. The focus then turns to Leonardo expressing his concerns about Alma to Edith, feeling as though she is being unfaithful. He inquires about Dario's report, and Edith reassures him that it is clean. Darío is seen again entering the hotel, only to be attacked by Esteban, who ambushes him and pushes his head underwater in the indoor pool. The episode concludes with Darío experiencing flashbacks of his mother attempting to drown him in the bathtub as a baby and being saved by his father. To watch more explanations of these kinds of series, click on the videos on your screen. And don't forget to let me know how you feel about today's video in the comments down below. And at last, thanks for watching.